With the shadow of war hanging over Europe, the Army's new Deputy Chief of Staff spoke his mind to a startled Commander-in-Chief.
A Moment in Time with Dan Roberts.
It was not the first time George Catlett Marshall had spoken to his superiors with unusually frank, if not brutal, candor. In fact, he had a reputation for it. He was not a pest about it, nor did he use it as an attention-getting device, nor did he seek to gainsay or embarrass those set above him. He seemed to have the uncanny ability to choose the moment at which an honest assessment secured respect and appreciation rather than irritation. For instance, in the fall of 1917, he was a staff officer in the 1st Division of the American Expeditionary Force in France. On an inspection trip, Marshall felt that General John Pershing was unusually severe in his criticism of the division's readiness. To the horror of his fellow officers, Marshall disputed Pershing's critique. So impressed was the general with his honesty and Marshall's career record that he eventually made him his aide. In 1938, in the wake of the Munich Agreement, FDR was anxious to respond to German aircraft construction, so he proposed to build 10,000 planes a year without increasing the forces necessary to support them. Toward the end of the meeting, the president turned to Marshall, with whom he previously had had little contact, and said, "Don't you think so, George?" And the general replied, "I'm sorry, Mr. President, but I don't agree with that at all." A year later, FDR reached 34 names down the list of senior generals and picked Marshall as Army Chief of Staff. Author Eric Larrabee says that one of the powerful components of Marshall's leadership style was his ability at the right moment to follow the Quaker adage of speaking truth to power. At the University of Richmond, I'm Dan Roberts.